Serbia facing up to the biggest act of this season. It is the day on which they must deliver a real performance to ensure that their status remains unchanged. If they fail, they fall. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The action has already started. Serbia cannot consider the option of defeat. It's not a question of want, but must.
Look, it's a run defence's dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
He's in a great position. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. He has found the way through. Gnabry in towards the backs. Oh, what a climb! Couldn't squeeze it through. De Bruyne! Oh, denied brilliantly.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Brazil with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. It's gone out for a throw-in.
That was well seen too. Good clearance. This is what good chemistry is.
It's a mighty effort! Goal, Brazil! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Showing good feet. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Davids. DiMarco makes the interception. Long ball by the goalkeeper. DiMarco going full steam ahead down the left flank. Lobbed in behind. Beckenbauer calmly anticipates. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Oh, perfectly measured that. Roberto Carlos.
Oh, that was one big note.
Hits one! He has done it! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, that defence is perplexed by the fact they've allowed him the space.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And it's Gnabry. Alvarez, and he's had it nicked away. Alvarez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet. Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Petit getting this one clear. Brazil are looking to break at pace. De Bruyne. He's in plenty of space here. Gordon! Tries to get it clear. De Bruyne. And it's Gnabry. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Barella. Chance to finish. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Now it's De Bruyne. Pinches it off him. Serbia are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Gordon. And that has been cleared. He's gone for goal! That's got him rattled. Beckenbauer. DiMarco. And he goes cross-field. Well, that's beautifully weighted.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Alvarez. Can he finish? And it's there! And the lead is extended still further.
Oh, that was such a smart exchange of passes, and it took so many...
And there is the half-time whistle. So you hear the chants of easy, easy, and those are entirely justified. 3-0 after 45 minutes, and it is hard to believe that there won't be more after the break.
Substituição.
And we're off again. Serbia come out for this second half with a different lineup. The manager has made a big call here. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Now it's Drogba. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Gordon. It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Alvarez. Now it's Gnabry. And that was asking just too much of him. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Mohamed Salah tries making a foray down the right. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not...
Alvarez!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Passing is crisp and sharp. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Lima cuts out the pass. That's headed upfield. Roberto Carlos is charging up on the overlap. Ribery gets a foot in here. Serbia needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Alvarez gets flagged offside. And that's another good win of the ball. Aimed beyond the defence. Delivery from Mbappe. And he welcomes it in. He is through here. Rudiger clears it away. Serbia perhaps contemplating their next change here. He's found a way through. Now the finish! Nunez! Really well taken goal. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? And here's Alvarez. Drogba. Oh, well played, well played. And the finish! Oh, taken with style. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Brazil making consecutive changes here. Brazil blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Gordon, oh, that's wonderful alertness. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Cafu.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's got away. Chance! No mistake! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away.
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that,
So without question, it is one of the most awaited, most anticipated days on the footballing calendar. So many teams, so many ambitions, and only a handful will go forward to achieve those ambitions. That is the nature of our fascinatingly competitive game. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. That's been cut out, well played. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Oh no, what has happened here? Mignon catches it safely. Rudiger calmly anticipates. And that is a little undercooked. And here's the chance to counter. Back into the middle. Oh, good take in a good area. Rodrigo! And it's come back out to him. He's delivered all right.
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
Serbia are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Beckenbauer. Now Lima. That's a little off target. Barella. And he's there to retrieve it. Davids. Davids! And he nearly went all the way.
Well, I just hope he won't let the failure to score affect him. With the ability he has, he can reproduce.
And it's Son Heung-min. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. DiMarco. Beckenbauer. Mohamed Salah. It is a corner, good chance. Serbia with the corner, they're first. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. And it's Dybala. Davids gets a foot in here. Mohamed Salah is herring after that one. Serbia are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Beckenbauer.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
DiMarco. Lima. Messi. Oh, it's a sweet ball, that. Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Oh, he's found support out wide. And that should be the keeper's. Valverde. Madrid were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that defence, then you can start asking more questions.
The defender is not giving up on this. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And it's Dybala. That's a nicely measured pass. Mbappe. That was superb goalkeeping.
Look, when we talk about decision-making, there's a great example. Strong and decisive.
Neymar stood his ground strongly. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And that is high.
Well, that was just asking too much of himself from there.
Barella. Camavinga. Can he get onto this? Oh, no joy this time. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Oh, this looks sharp. Played back in. Chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Valverde. Rodrigo. Stood up well to him there. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. Camavinga. Kimmich. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break, 1-0.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
We are glad to inform you that today's match day programs are available from stands located by the gates. I'm sure they will make fine souvenirs. Substitutions taking place.
Here we go again then.
Serbia can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Barella. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe ploughing through the middle. Tries a shot! Really well taken goal. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial. Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Serbia grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Mohamed Salah demonstrating his defensive quality there. Valverde for De Bruyne. And that's put paid to a promising move. And he's been shifted off it. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
And it's Son Heung-min. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Serbia have clearly reached a level of comfort in this half. Why not use the impetus to plough on?
Davids. Now there's a fine ball. It's their second corner of the game.
Substitution for Serbia. Number 18, Mbappe. Number 21, Mohamed Salah. Number 20.
It's a mighty effort! Oh, that was no routine save.
Nunez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Serbia have their third corner.
Rodri. Substitution. The attendance for this match was 72,306.
Madrid are looking to go forward now.
Oh, that was expansive and incisive, the type of move to please any coach.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, smashing header! No, not the best of headers. And no, that was never going to make it. And it's Son Heung-min. He's shifting through the gears here. DiMarco. Chance with a header! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So their fourth corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Great defending, strong and determined. He has found a way through. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
DiMarco. Serbia perhaps contemplating their next change here. And he cuts out the supply. Ribéry. That'll be a throw.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Son Heung-min might just make this. Now it's Torres. Pinches it off him. Lima. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
He saw the danger and he... And the finish! Goal! Serbia! And the comeback is complete. Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Well, that defence is perplexed by the fact they've allowed him the space.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch.
Header! Decent enough try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Son Heung-min.
Serbia can afford to settle on seeing this one out by running down the clock, I think.
Keeper's got good distance on that.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Quality ball. And that's not going to reach. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Chance here to counter. Kamavinga fiddles it through. Well timed, excellent interception. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. They are pumped, boy they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power. Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that, yet again, this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. So we're up and running. And it's Guardiola. Barella gets a foot in here. Mohamed Salah is in a really good position out wide. Mbappe! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, a very decent attempt. And we have our very first corner. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, that looks a good ball through. And he's intervened well there. And that's a superb pass. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Pedri.
Well, Peter, this is a game where I really don't think I need to spell out who I'm expecting to provide the sparks. The name is Diego Maradona. Not just footballing royalty, I think what's more appropriate is godlike.
Yeah, the name itself strikes fear into the heart of opponents.
What a player.
Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Davids. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Now it's Maradona. And here's Messi. Now there's a fine ball. Barella. Mohamed Salah in acres of space out wide. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, shooting chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Now it's Beckham. Koundé. Pedri. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. And he was quick to react. Now it's Messi. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Barella did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Mbappe, there's the hit! Goal, Serbia! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Serbia are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Serbia have their second corner now. Oh, this looks sharp. And now they can spring out of defence. And no, that was never going to make it. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And it's Beckham.
Barcelona clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Pedri! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pedri. Back into the middle. Shot could be on. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, important interception. And it's Guardiola. Played back in. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Same again, same outcome.
Barcelona really putting a few chances together here. Taking one can only add to such good momentum now.
And now a sudden chance to counter. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Beckenbauer cuts out the pass. Oh, nicely intercepted. Pedri. Makaleli. And it's Guardiola. Defending was strong and firm. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Oh, great chance! He's had a hit! It's in! And with that goal comes comfort!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Well, that is one way to stop him. It's a sweet ball, that. And there is the half-time whistle. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Serbia in control at half-time, 2-0.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 13.
Here we go again then.
El dorsal 8. El dorsal
DiMarco.
serán sustituidos por el dorsal 7. El dorsal 21.
Now Lima.
Fernando Torres.
Rudiger.
El dorsal 17.
Lima. Beckenbauer.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Real chance! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And they are pulling clear here. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Serbia find a position of real strength now. He's through here. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe. Great chance! They've done it! Over the hills and far away. No catching them now. That was easy. Almost too easy.
Well, the finish looked a guarantee once he was found all alone, and it's criminal defending.
Serbia, definitely a team that seems upwardly mobile. Their exploits so far this season have granted them the chance to prove just that, and with plenty of games left. This is a test that they ought to pass with flying colours, but, of course, their opponents have ambitions of their own. Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that, yet again, this will be an... And the shot! Goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible. Serbia clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
Serbia have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
This is going to make things very interesting, as their opponents will have to take a risk or two now.
Now that's well seen too.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And the shot! They've scored! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less. That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Barcelona grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
And that's a good ball. He can run onto that. Lewis. Big chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Barcelona with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. DiMarco wins the duel this time. Now it's Son Heung-min. Baresi makes the interception. Ball's gone out of play. Succumbs to the pressure. Pass somewhat off target. Neymar. Referee's given a throw. In with the challenge. Bigo getting this one clear. It's a pretty loose pass.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
He's shifting through the gears here. And he's there to clear it. Baresi has got himself a free kick, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, maybe he thought they were already promoted, Peter. It's a silly card to pick up.
Shifted upfield, pinches it off him. That has been slung wide. Neymar! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Great chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
Now, can they get it back? Big header! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
And now they can spring out of defence. Roberto Carlos.